Welcome to the Steve Reeve Podcast with the best moments from the past week and a few things that didn't make it to air. Monday.
Eyes all on the rink tonight, on the ice, as Game 7 is coming our way. And La Bamba hoping to be heard. Why is La Bamba the win song for the Edmonton Oilers? Caught yourself scratching your head about that one? What is it about this Los Lobos classic? Well, it's really a story that bridges the Gretzky age and the McDavid era, and also connects Joey Moss and young Ben Stelter. It's a really, really, really cool story that started off back in the 80s when Gretzky was dating a girl named Moss and became friends with Joey Moss. Her brother brought him into the locker room, and at a Christmas party, it became a bit of a staple that he would sing La Bamba. They'd, kind of hire a band, and they'd make sure that they knew that song because they knew that Joey was going to want to make sure that he performed it, and so he would. And it was a big thing in the 80s into the 90s, but lost its popularity until not too long ago, because unfortunately Joey Moss died in, I believe it was 2020, and the song was brought back in remembrance of him for the 2021-2022 season, and then it also became associated with young Ben Stelter, who unfortunately passed away at the young age of 6, but he is responsible for coining the iconic phrase, "Play La Bamba, baby," and so it's ever more intrinsically linked, I think, with the success of the team, with the celebrations of the team. We're hoping to see another one of those tonight from Florida. The Beatles in the news because of a single, a incorrect printing. There's the spelling of Paul McCartney's name in question, reaching £9,000 at auction, or at least it's expected to reach that much. Might be more. It's going up onto auction as of today, and it's this rare Love Me Do version, a single that is out with only 250 copies from 1962 that had Paul McCartney's name as McCartney without the C. Well, the second C, that is. And Sum 41 are in the news because they're looking for their former member, who they call the most punk rock, but never seen again after the exit. And this is something that dates back to 1997. Apparently, John Marshall is the guy's name, and he was only ever briefly performing in front of the band at the Download Festival in 1997. And, they were most recently at the Download Festival, but it was the band briefly fronted by Marshall. He was only around after 1 year, disappeared, and since then, they've been kind of trying to reach out, trying to see. No contact after the departure, no proper farewell, nothing at all from the former frontman is what Derek Whibley says about the whole situation. We'll see if there's any resolution in the future.
You're listening to the Steve Reeve Podcast from 100.5 Cruz FM.
We've been talking about this so much with the Fly Me to the Stones contest. It is finally time to get down to business, to get down to brass tacks, to find out who's going on the trip. Now, she doesn't know just yet. Just jumping over to the phone lines. Hey, good morning, Lindsay. How you doing today?
Good, how are you?
Very good, thank you. Just checking in, you did enter into win with the Fly Me to the Stones contest over the last couple of weeks, yeah?
I did.
It'd be pretty sweet to win that, right? I mean, you want to go check out the Rolling Stones, Vancouver, July 5th. I know it's coming up pretty close, but I assume you've got the time free.
It would be so amazing. It'd be so cool.
Airfare, accommodation, all the decisions, just figured out.
Yeah.
Lindsay.
What?
You won, Lindsay. You're going to see the Stones in Vancouver.
Oh my God.
It's happening.
Are you serious?
1,000%. 1,000%.
Oh my goodness.
I know how you feel. Okay, stay on the line. I'll give you the instructions. We're going to have to get in touch about the fine details, but I mean, celebrate. Tell everybody you know, Lindsay, you are going to see the Rolling Stones. You're the winner of Fly Me to the Stones. How awesome.
Tuesday.
I was just reading about the TikTok challenge to raw dog your flights. Get your mind out of the gutter. Your travel arrangements. Raw dog your flight and consume no entertainment for the entire time. They do know what TikTok is for, right? It's for bite-sized pockets of entertainment, vapidity, and distraction to numb the sensation of letting your brain just exist without endless stimuli for a while. That's why TikTok exists. I'm also a terrible sleeper on planes myself, so I need something to eat up the time, far more than I do with feet on the ground. If I'm up in the plane, I want a distraction. By the way, they're not even really doing it, these people. They're just taking a photo with the map open on the chair in front of them and then adding some quote from Brad Cooper in Limitless or calling themselves Sigmas. Just shut up and watch a damn movie, Okay, Boston Pizza. Okay, I get it. No 30,000 free pizzas because we didn't see the 30-year gap broken for the Stanley Cup Finals. Canada's team for this run-up, so close, unbelievably close, practically clutching. Couldn't quite do it last night. It was a loss. Panthers won. So, we'll have to wait for next season for another chance for a Canadian team to do it, and therefore possibly another year before we'll see an offer such as this. They were saying that if we did see the win for the Oilers last night, that they would give away 30,000 free pizzas. Not going to happen. But Boston Pizza, what about 30 free pizzas? Just to ease the pain. As long as I get one, I fully support the idea.
Hey Alexa, play the Steve Reeve podcast.
You're likely to encounter it at some point today. Somebody saying, "Hey, did you know?" Or the internet going, "Whoa! What a crazy date on the calendar." It's Leon Day, as they so call it. Leon Day just because somebody thought that, Noel backwards is Leon, and we're 6 months away from Christmas, so I guess backwards makes sense. It never did make sense to me. I don't know why we call it Leon Day. I don't know why we care. Half a year from Christmas, half a year and change from the new year today. But I got to tell you, I'm far too busy soaking in the now to worry about 6 months from now. I read a line on social media yesterday. It kind of stuck with me. It's kind of one of those things you read and go, oh. It said, dogs only experience an average of 12 summers. Take them with you this summer. It hits you in the heartstrings, doesn't it? We don't even have a dog, and I am fully in now. I only have so many summers. So I'm going to be like Jesus Jones. Right here, right now. There's a huge lawsuit, actually 2 lawsuits really, from huge record labels joining together. Sony Music, Universal Music Group, Warner Records suing 2 different AI companies for copyright infringements. And this is a big deal. They're claiming in the suit that this technology threatens to displace the genuine human artistry that is at the heart of copyright protection. It is meant to safeguard culture and cultural works, not computers just pumping out stuff. They say that it is committing copyright violation of an almost unimaginable scale and are trying to nip that in the bud. In other news, there are only 130 models being made of a brand new custom Gibson guitar, the Jeff Beck Yardburst 1959 Les Paul Standard custom guitar is being recreated, and it will be released in honor of what would have been his 80th birthday. Good luck getting one. Sad news to end off as well. The original front person of Crazy Town, the song that put Butterfly in our heads years ago and that has never left, has died. Shifty Shellshock, as he's known, was 49 years old. Seth Binzer, his real name, and unfortunately over the years he had several issues with substance abuse. And it is likely that was involved in his passing, as he was found in his home in LA this week.
Wednesday.
Remember to pack your swimming trunks, all right? No, it's only Wednesday. You might not even be thinking about packing just yet, whether you're going to be hitting the road right away for the long weekend or just maybe a little bit later on in the summer. You got some plans to get out of Dodge for a while. Just saying, because I need the reminder every single time. Pack your swimming suit. Whatever that looks like, pack it. Maybe pack an extra, just in case. Because it's always better to have and not need than to need and not have. What are your options? Going in your underwear? Not great. Going in not your underwear? Also not great. Depending on the scenario and the friends and family that might be around. Family is part of that? Absolutely not. You need the swimming trunks. I'm telling you right now, pack them first. the Rolling Stones on Roblox now. If you don't know what that is, ask your kids. They know. They absolutely know. But joining a long list of different acts and artists who have taken part in a video game collaboration of some kind. The Rolling Stones now the latest, following Elton John and a whole lot more. They're going to be added to Beat Galaxy, which is now this virtual space in Roblox created by the Universal Music Group by the good people at UMG. So Shania Twain recently just performing to celebrate a game back at home in the finals for the Edmonton Oilers. Now at Glastonbury 2024 in the Legends slot, she wants to borrow a horse, apparently, for her performance. She was on the BBC Breakfast. In an interview, she said that she would love to, but she has to find out if it's allowed. Hey, Shania Twain can do anything. And Sum 41, they're on tour, and they've just announced a UK and Europe leg of this farewell arena tour. They say they can't wait to put on the best show of their lives and go out on a high. Far, far away from here, unfortunately, but maybe we'll see some more dates added in Canada before too long.
Thanks for listening to the Steve Reeve Podcast from 100.5 Cruz FM.
New definition to the D and KD, craft dinnerware. It's a cute idea. Reminds me a lot of Cheetos and Doritos centering their marketing directly around the cheesy finger dust that they leave behind. You know what? I don't want it. I don't want it, even if it is only $30 and you don't have to fuss over it like the good dishes. Still a no from me. I don't want it. You know, and first of all, do not like when cookware is perma-stained in the first place. Because that's what it's got. It's pre-stained with the craft dinner colors. But I don't like that. How do you know if the freshly added food bits are off it when you clean it? How do you know? Straight up switched the plastic containers to glass at home because too many were stained with tomato and turmeric. But at least those were earned. Much like a butt groove on a couch, if it's going to be there, I'd rather know that I was the cause.
Homer! My groove! Oh, they mushed it all out of shape. All right. Better put on a pot of coffee, Marge. This could take a while.
The big question this morning, asked every Wednesday, way too early to get those brain cells working. What's the best place to spend a weekend away in Alberta? Patrick getting in touch with us saying he'd like the Vulcan Star Trek Museum to be on the itinerary for that weekend away. Gorgeous area as well, and so fun to see all of the iconography in Vulcan, Alberta. So named not for Star Trek and the birth planet of Spock and the other Vulcans. No, I mean named after, you know, like the planet about Earth, volcanography, that kind of thing. But still, they've embraced it. Leonard Nimoy has visited, and Patrick wants to go and check it out. I'm fully with you. In fact, I might say that choice, Patrick, is quite logical. What about you? Join the conversation. Text it in 780-715-2789. Best place to spend a weekend away in Alberta.
Thursday.
It's high school over time. It's summertime. Class is out. I've thought about it a few times this year, but it sort of re-dawned on me this week that this is my 20-year milestone after high school. Class of 2004. Comp minor pride. I haven't heard a peep about a 20-year reunion, which means either didn't get planned, that's fine, totally fine, or I didn't get invited, which is really just authentic to my high school experience anyway, so I couldn't possibly be mad. Did you go to your high school reunion? It's the end of the school year after all. Brand new congratulations for all the congratulations, the grads, that is. It's a weird word. But graduates, congrats. That's really what I'm trying to say. If you are a graduate of years gone by, maybe you've crested over that 10-year mark. Or 20-year mark, even. That's what really dawned on me today. It is the 20-year mark for me. Class of 04. Holy cow. Did you go to your high school reunion at some point? I want to know what it was like because I haven't been to one of mine. I've been to one, period. Even somebody else's either. Only seen it in movies, you know what I mean? Like the 10-year high school reunion was a non-experience for me. I had built it up as this, bigger deal than it was, really, largely due to movies. Primarily Grosse Pointe Blank. Minnie Driver plays a hometown radio host in it. It's a whole thing. But I was asked to say a few words at the 10-year high school reunion. What an honor, given the fact that I kind of do that for a living. But there was a communication breakdown and I was given the wrong date by a single date. Basically I was told it's on the Saturday instead of it being on the Friday. Took a work shift on the actual date and had to miss it entirely. Womp womp, didn't happen. And I don't know if there's anything going on for year 20. Haven't heard a peep. But let me know, did you go to your high school reunion? What was it like?
You're listening to the Steve Reeve Podcast from 100.5 Cruz FM.
Tenacious D. They are going to be doing some shows to promote the vote down in the United States. Of course, they are due for an election before too long. And in October, Jack Black and Kyle Gass and friends are going to be doing 5 shows throughout the month in crucial swing states to help determine the results of the election, or at least encourage people to not be so apathetic and get out there and vote. How fun. Neil Young and Crazy Horse taking an unexpected break. They're canceling a few dates in July on their tour due to sickness. They do say that a couple of us got sick after Detroit's Pine Knob show. We are still not fully recovered. Not sure exactly what kind of bug they picked up or who in the band exactly is sick, but they will be postponing but rescheduling for a little bit later. Sheryl Crow not so happy with a decision from Drake. Canada's perhaps most popular hip-hop artist employed AI generation to recreate Tupac vocals on a song called Tailor-Made Freestyle. Sheryl Crow not so happy with that or with the practice in general, saying you cannot bring people back from the dead and believe that they would stand for that. She's not a fan of AI and is making her input known in an interview with the British Broadcasting Corporation.
Friday.
Heinz is at it again is what they're up to. They have now introduced, behold it, the Every Sauce. The Every Sauce. And what kind of colorization do you choose for the Every Sauce? Well, it's kind of every color all at once, kind of turns into a soup. So it's just gold. They decided to go with an ornate gold label on the Every Sauce and a very fancy black box to present it in as well. I'm not sure exactly where this is going to be available, if you're just going to be able to reach for this on the store shelves like all the others, or if it's a special edition, only limited time, you got to order it special. What is the Every Sauce? Well, it's 14 different sauces in one. I mean, you've heard of the mayonnaise ketchup. You've heard of the mayonnaise sriracha. You've heard of the mayonnaise mustard mixed together. But no, this is 14 altogether. And some of them are hybrids. So burger sauce, garlic sauce, aioli sauce, smoky baconaise, sweet chili, chip sauce, saucy sauce, mayoracha, mayo must, truffle mayo, garlic and caramelized onion mayo, curry ketchup, pickle ketchup, and smoky bacon ketchup all together to make the Every Sauce. Either going to be absolutely amazing or just disgusting. I leave it up to your taste buds to figure it out. Sharon Osbourne was just talking to The Entertainer magazine and saying there might be a cartoon coming that stars Ozzy Osbourne and the late Lemmy Kilmister of Motorhead. A cartoon where they play superheroes specifically. Not actually purchased or ordered for a full season, but it looks like they're putting together maybe a pilot or something, a proof of concept, and they're shopping that around. She says it's very, very funny. It's irreverent and funny. Hopefully somebody will buy that, and that'll go out. Well, I guess we'll see. The Eagles are going to be now locking in their residency at the Sphere in Las Vegas with 8 more shows that will now stretch that residency all the way until December of this year. There were some rumors about the residency going all the way back to March of this year, but it became an absolute concrete thing, and now even more so with 8 new performances. They have joined U2, Fish, and Dead & Company, who are currently the residents of the Sphere. More to come, I'm sure, more added to the list in the new year. And some semi-sad news, Patti Smith honoring her late husband. She was performing in Dublin at a festival on Vickers Street and playing some of the absolute favorites from her repertoire, but also, surprisingly to many of the people there, covering Lana Del Rey's Summertime Sadness song that took over the world a few years ago. And she said it was dedicated to her late husband, Fred Smith, who was also a member of MC5, saying that the track reminded her of their wild youth together. And the video of that performance is on the internet right now if you're curious. 20 years ago for Grad, but me and some friends, we got together to play a song. We wanted to perform, and we did Freebird, and I dug up the DVD last night, the Grad DVD that's been sitting dusty on the shelf for so long, and I gave it a little bit of a watch through. I'm not going to share video because I can't bring myself to it. But here's a little taste of what we sounded like. And do keep in mind, this is a DVD from 20 years ago. The quality I would describe as potato. We were rocking out hard. I think it put a smile on people's faces. Whatever you're getting up to for the summer, whether it is a brand new year of freedom for you just after graduation, or you've already got plans for the fall, or, you're well past graduation and you're reminiscing like me. Hope you have an awesome summer.
Transmission over. Want more Steve? New podcast episodes happen every Friday, or just tune into the Steve Reeve Show. Weekday mornings starting at 5:30 a.m. on 100.5 Cruz FM.